Hi, I'm Richard Poulsen, owner and operator of CanDo Pools. This is the first video of an informational series of videos on maintaining your pool and what you can expect and different techniques in fixing your pool in South Florida. Today we're going to be showing you how to acid wash a pool, from draining a pool to actually the process of acid washing it and refilling the pool.
So to set up the equipment for the acid wash, what we first do is remove the on pin from the time clock. That way, if you're working on the pool, you don't want the pump kicking on when you're not expecting it. The second thing we do is we close the skimmer valves and put plugs in those lines just in case the valves don't have a really good seal. That way, the pump will suck all the water through the main drain, letting you go way below the skimmers without sucking air. We also close the return valves to the pool and spa. That way the water is all going out of the waste valve versus getting pumped back to the pool. Obviously, once the waste valve is open, we roll out the discharge hose and let the water flow into the road.
Earlier we turned the valves off to stop the water flow back to the pool. Now that the water has dropped below the jet, you can see one of the jets is still putting water back into the pool. So that valve that returns water to the pool is leaking. In a future video, we're going to show you how to change the guts out in that valve to remedy this problem. So when you turn the valve to shut the pool flow down or the spa flow down, they actually shut down versus still leaking water through.
You might be wondering exactly what the acid wash is doing to your pool. When your pool is paved or diamond brighted, they typically put the aggregate on at about a ½ inch thick. When we come and acid wash your pool, what we're doing is actually taking off the top layer of that diamond bright. The acid actually eats off the top millimeter or so, depending on the strength of the acid of the diamond bright, exposing new aggregate underneath. Most of the stains are only surface stains, so they don't go into the aggregate. So when we take that top layer off, it exposes fresh, clean, new surface. When we first get to an acid wash job, we're typically going to mix the acid wash at 50% acid and 50% water. That's a pretty safe concentration to get started. It will not eat too much of the aggregate off, but also do quite a good job, and if you need to go a little stronger, you can do that. On this pool we used 50% on the whole pool, and you can see how it turned out. One of the other benefits of doing the pool with 50% solution is that you don't get streaking like you would get if it was 100% solution. Sometimes, because if the acid is so strong, it'll actually leave streaking down the wall where the acid ran at different speeds. With 50% solution, you do not have this problem. Here you can see two spots where the diamond bright is actually worn all the way through. This was not caused by the acid washing. These spots were actually here before we started. Since they were in a spot where you can't see them very easily, and there was only 2 wear spots in the whole pool, we decided to go ahead with the acid wash. Typically, if there was more of these or they were bigger, we would recommend re-diamond brighting your pool. Here you see us installing anti-entrapment Virginia Baker compliant main drain covers. These covers have a lot of contours and shapes and grooves in them that if someone is to lie down on top of it or sit on it, they will not completely stop the flow to the pump. So they will be able to pull off of the cover and get up instead of being trapped on the bottom of the pool. These covers are retrofit. Inside the diamond bright, you can see there's another plastic ring that has been concreted into the pool. This plastic ring has a few different sets of holes. The original holes do not line up with this new cover, but one of the other sets does line up. I'm just drilling out some of the diamond bright that filled those holes. but I'm still using the existing holes that were in that cover. You might be wondering why we're starting to acid wash the pool while there's still so much water in the pool. The main reason is that pools do not like to be empty. The faster we can get in and out, the better. The least amount of time the pool is completely empty, the better. So as the pool empties, we start acid washing what we can. The other benefit of this is that with so much water still being in the pool, you don't get a high concentrated acid slurry at the bottom of the pool that you have to try and pump out somewhere. The acid is mixed with this big body of water, diluting it as you go. Make sure to wash out your light niche. Over time, sediment gathers in the niche. If you don't wash it out, when you're done acid washing and you start refilling the pool, some of the sediment will start coming out and you'll notice a nice stain underneath your light. Muriatic acid puts off quite a lot of fumes. Take precautions where you can. Just wearing a simple paper mask will greatly reduce the amount of vapor that gets through into your lungs. Certain stains you just cannot get out. The stain has penetrated the aggregate all the way through. So it doesn't matter how far you go into the aggregate, the stain has actually penetrated all layers. So when all is said and done, the pool was only completely empty for about 15 to 20 minutes.